Hello, Facebook Live. You guys gave me so much support yesterday for my first Facebook Live by myself, all on my lonesome, and so you've inspired me to keep this up, and I thank you for that, because I really am on that mission to help and serve in any way that I can. And when I get some feedback that I am helping in any sort of way, it's so inspiring and so fulfilling to me. So thank you so much for that. And today I wanted to actually bring you a little bit of a story from my life right now. I'm down here in Warrnambool, like you probably already know, and I'm staying with my family. And my gorgeous little mum, a couple of years ago, she got into bike riding, and her and my dad were bike riding like crazy, and they were really enjoying like having this hobby to do together. And anyway, you know, they were down the coast somewhere, and you know, they'd stopped for a minute, and out of nowhere this young girl came like a bat out of hell and down this hill and just crashed straight into my mum. And she wasn't even on her bike, but she just got totally totaled. And she's only a really small woman. And this girl who crashed into her was, you know, twice her size, and just with such force coming down that hill that it really put her back out. She thought she'd really done some major damage, and it shook her up. You know, luckily, you know, she got over the physicality of it, but she was so shaken up with her confidence that she actually hadn't been on the bike again until today, and that was 2 years ago. It's taken her 2 years to build up that courage to get back on the bike. And you know, she was cruising around the backyard before she like had the courage and confidence to sort of get back out on the street. And you know, I'm so proud of her that she actually did that today, and she's rebuilding that confidence. And it really got me thinking, just, you know, in what areas of life have we jumped off the bike because we didn't get the results that we wanted, because we got too scared, because somebody crashed into us, some bad, painful experience happened, and we haven't given ourselves that opportunity and that courage to get back on the bike. And that's what I want to put to you guys today. You know, where is it in your life that you have gone out there and you've tried something and it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, and you got off the bike and you lost that confidence and you lost that courage, and maybe now is the time to step back into it. So maybe it's in your relationships. Maybe one day you showed a lot of vulnerability and you didn't get the result that you were after. So you tuned out of that. You got off the bike. You stopped showing up. You stopped pushing forward and growing. Or maybe it's in your health. Maybe you got some great results at one point and you lost all this weight and you had a rocking body, and then, you know, Christmas party happened and you put all that weight back on and you just lost all that confidence, and you haven't got back on the bike on the bike. And, you know, I really want you to think about that. You know, for me, for instance, you know, I'll share a little bit of my personal story over the last couple of weeks. It's been a real wake-up call for me, and sometimes we're so unaware of the stories we're telling ourselves that make us feel like we are on that bike still. But in actual fact, if you really take the time to slow down and question yourself, you're not. And I've had to have that wake-up call myself over the last couple of weeks and really starting to step it up. And that's why, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm so grateful for all of you guys out there. All of you guys who are, you know, joining me here on this Facebook Live, thank you so much. Hey Butch, hey Vinay, hey Kristen. This is awesome because you guys are helping me get back on that bike, you know, and stop playing it small and actually stepping up and really trying to serve at my highest ability. So I really owe that to you. So thank you again. And yeah, so let me know, you know, where is it in your life that you've fallen off that bike? Another example is I was on a coaching call with a client yesterday evening. And what a beautiful, amazing human being she was, you know, and she'd gotten off that bike, you know, but she wasn't quite aware of it. You know, she was having the stress, she was getting a lot of illness. It was showing up physically for her that she wasn't on the right path, that she wasn't in alignment. But when I asked her the question to give herself a rating about how conscious she was about who she was and what she wanted, her straight up answer to me was 8.5 out of 10. Now that is an awesome result to give yourself. But I sensed through what she was telling me, you know, some things weren't quite adding up. They weren't really in alignment. And I felt called to kind of call her on what she'd said. And we went into depth with that and we got really clear. And, you know, so much of her story reminded her of my own struggles, my own, you know, telling myself that everything's fine, everything's great, and trying to reassure, you know, ourselves and reassure those people closest to us that we're going great. And we don't want to really acknowledge that actually, you know what, we don't have it all together. And we actually are really disconnected from who we really are. And we actually don't really know what it is that we want without filtering it through the expectations of all those people in our lives. And, you know, it takes a lot of courage to own that, because deep down inside, you know you don't know it, but it's too scary to own that. And that's why it's so valuable to have somebody on your team, you know, somebody who's got your back, somebody who is willing to call you out when you need to be called out, but give you the love and give you the encouragement and the support and see your highest potential, and not let you keep going down an unfulfilling path, which is going to create more struggle for yourself. You're going to lose more confidence, more courage. And the sooner you can get back on that bike and own it, the better. And with this client that I was dealing with yesterday, you know, after I really started calling her out, and, you know, mind you, that's a skill I've had to build for myself, you know, and I stepped up and I called her out, and what we've discovered that it wasn't an 8.5 out of 10, that she knew who she was and she knew what she wanted. In actual fact, it was more like a 2. And we can't get anywhere that we want to in life unless we know where we are on that map. So if she's going along in life saying it's an 8.5, I know exactly who I am, I know exactly what I want, and really it's a 2, well, she's not going to grow, and she's going to continue down an unfulfilling path and feel terrible, like manifesting it in her body, getting sick, you know, jeopardizing her relationships in her life. And you know, it's so important to be honest with yourself, get clear, and that's the only way you're going to get back on that bike and get moving in the direction of the life that you're really truly born to live, and start stepping it up in your life. So I thank you so much for you know, being here and sharing this with me. And yeah, hey Cheryl, it's great to connect with you guys this way, and I would love to hear from you guys. You know, what in your life are you going to get back on the bike with? What have you been putting off? How are you going to get honest with yourself about one area in your life where you got off that bike? You may not have been back on that bike for a long time, but you are ready to own it. You're ready to step up, and you're ready to step into a higher potential that you know deep down is just waiting for you to grasp. And I would absolutely love to help you in any way, get some clarity, get some direction with that, help you build that consciousness around who you are, what you want, and the courage to go after it and start stepping into the life that, you know, you're really, really called to live. And you can do that. I'll drop a link in down below after I switch off this Facebook Live, and you can book in your Discover Your Genius clarity session with me, where we get to sit and get some clarity, and I would love to get to connect with you that way. So make sure you book in. And I've opened up like a bunch more sessions because I was booked out for the next 3 weeks, and I'm like, hang on, I need to talk to more people. So I've added some more sessions there, and I can't wait to connect with you. And definitely let me know if you have any questions or any topics for me to keep doing these Facebook Lives, because I think I would absolutely love to keep doing these, and I think it's good for my own personal growth. And if I can help and support and give some sort of value or perspective that reaches even one person out there, then that is really truthfully fulfilling for me. So sending so much love and light to all of you out there, and I'll see you tomorrow.